Yo, it's your boy featuring Mr. Uzumaki himself. I've now made a video called 1 plus 1 is not equal to 2. And this video is 5 failures that cause success. That's hilarious to me. Much love to you guys. I'm here to inspire ideas. It only takes one idea to get rich. I'm going to give away thousands of them for the free. Raising toast. Let's get into it. 5 failures that caused success. The ideas here are from the author Zig Ziglar, his Born to Win series. A lot of guys don't read books. A lot of guys won't even listen to audiobooks, but a lot of people will watch a quick YouTube video. So this is low-key a book summary, but more of a chapter summary, like a segment summary. Let's get into it. This is one of the more famous stories among speakers for sure, I'd say, but it's really a fact. Thomas Edison had tried at least 10,000 different times to create the light bulb. He was being interviewed, and they asked him, hey, how does it feel to have failed over 10,000 times at any one thing? Most men would give up after 5 or 6 failures. Edison looked over at the interviewer and said, I have not failed 10,000 times. I have found 10,000 ways to successfully not make a light bulb. It's that attitude, which is the reason why it's lit. This is my favorite story. The Chinese bamboo tree, you guys. You plant the seed, you fertilize the soil, you water it, you take care of it painstakingly for an entire year, and nothing happens. You fertilize it, you water it, you take care of it. 2 years go by, nothing happens. You fertilize it, you take care of it. 3 years, nothing happens. 4 years, nothing happens. 5 years, you're taking care of this spot on the ground, and nothing happens. But sometime along the 5th year, the Chinese bamboo tree will grow 90 feet in a span of 5 to 6 weeks, which raises the question, did that tree grow in 5 to 6 weeks, or did it grow in the 5 years? And the obvious answer is that it grew in those 5 years, because had you not watered and fertilized it for any one of those 5 years, there would be no 90-foot bamboo tree. So just like the tree, you will be grinding sometimes for years, and feel like you're not going anywhere. But if you stop the grind, you can't. You ask any overnight success how long they've been grinding, most of them will say 10 years. It takes about 10 years to be an overnight success, baby. Let's go. Jerry West. As a child, he wasn't picked to be on the basketball team. He was picked last. Actually, the boys wouldn't let him play. He was bad. After hours of school, he would hide in his gym and stay there. And he wasn't allowed to turn on the lights because he wasn't allowed to be there. And he would practice his jumper in the dark. Not complete dark, but it was dim. The sun was going down, moonlight, all that. And as a result of practicing in the dark, he developed a jump shot that helped him take his team to the finals 9 times. He was robbed completely of his inheritance. There was a rule in 4th century BC that if anybody was about to receive an inheritance, it could be debated publicly, and the winner of that debate would receive the inheritance. They don't even have to be related to you. He had a speech impediment, and he was shy on top of that, so he lost all of his money. He never gave up hope. That failure started this. Some say it's a rumor. A lot believe it to be true. It was 4th century BC. but they say he walked to the ocean daily. He stuffed pebbles in his mouth, and he spoke into the ocean. He threw his voice into the winds. As a result, he became that state orator and that statesman of Greece that he is now. I guess not now, but that he died as. History does not have the name of the man who took Demosthenes' fortune. It doesn't have his name, but history's been saying very nice things about Demosthenes ever since. Anyone who's ever used a well, who's ever pumped a well for water, you already know where I'm going with this. I also recommend that you get off of my video and you watch Zig Ziglar's actual demonstration. He actually has a pump with him when he gives this speech. But regardless, if you want to hear me say it, I've got you. Let's get it. So when you get to a well and you're hot day, you need some water, you get to pumping that well. Click, 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 click. And for a long time, about a minute or two, no water is coming out, and your arm's tired, and you realize, we gotta prime the pump. Go take some water out from that spring over there, pour it into the well, and then we'll get it started. You get some water in there, you pour it in. Now you got it primed up. Now it can start. So you click, 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 click. Another minute goes by, and you're like, oh man, forget this. I'm done. There's no water in there. And your friend comes up and he's, oh no, don't stop, click, 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 don't stop. Because here in Texas, in the story it's Alabama, here in Texas, the wells are deep. And you know that the deeper the wells, the sweeter, the cooler, the colder, the more refreshing the water is. And you know that if you stop pumping even for a little bit, the water goes all the way back down. And so they get to pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping, and finally they get some water. And the beautiful thing about when the water starts to come in, click, 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 click. Once the water's coming, you just keep that steady, easy pressure on. And it's going to give you more water than you know what to do with. And how true of that is business? How can we relate that to business? You want a business, you got to prime the business. You got to put something in before you get something out. A lot of us look at the stove and say, give me heat, then I'll give you firewood. A lot of us look at our boss, give me a raise, and then I'll start working. And that's just not how life works. Could you imagine a farmer praying to the Lord, oh, please, Lord, just let these crops grow and I'll do it next time? Come on. Raising toast kings, queens. I love you all. Y'all have a great one. It's your boy.